Here's something that I think a lot of people find to be surprising. The things that you've been doing for free for years, the advice that you've offered your friends, the skills you've mastered, the problems that you've figured out and solved, there's a very good chance that people will pay you for that same information. And YouTube is the platform that connects what you know with the people who desperately want to learn it. Even if starting a YouTube channel has never crossed your mind, let's talk for a few minutes here and let me show you some of the ways that I think it can benefit you. And with that, I'm going to show you 3 ways that you could start earning money from that channel within a month. Hey, I'm Diane. I'm in my mid-50s, and I've started this YouTube channel to help my fellow folks who are over the age of 40 to find more opportunities to earn extra income and gain extra influence. And one of the best ways, I'm convinced beyond a shadow of a doubt, to do that is with a YouTube channel. So you're watching YouTube right now, obviously. And some of the main reasons you might do that would be for entertainment. Some of the main reasons you might do that is for education, like finding travel tips or finding recipes for something you're looking for, or figuring out how to do a home repair project. But creating content for yourself, that feels like something that other people do, right? Nope. Maybe you think making content on YouTube is just for the younger people who really love being on camera. Maybe you think it's for people who feel like they have really interesting things to talk about. Or maybe you've just never considered yourself to be the YouTube type. But here's something that I've discovered both just in talking with people and from the comments that I receive on this channel, that the people who think they have nothing to share are oftentimes the ones who are sitting on the most valuable knowledge. And I feel like I'm a perfect example of the biggest reason why, because it took me a long time personally to come to this conclusion. Because when something feels like it comes easily to you, it comes easily to you because you might have been doing it at this stage in life for the last 20 or 30 years of your life. It's obvious to you, but it's a complete mystery to someone who's starting out on that. That gap between what you know and what someone else wants to learn is where income potential lies. And YouTube is an excellent way to bridge that gap. So today, I'm not here to convince you to feel like you have to become some big personality on YouTube. Quite the opposite from that. I want to show you something different. How to use YouTube to make videos about what you already know, and then find some ways to create income from those videos with the audience that you draw in. Now, before we get into those 3 income streams, I'm hearing what you might already be thinking. I'm not an expert in anything, Diane. I want to counter that directly and try to shift that thinking. So let me ask you this. Have you ever helped a friend figure something out? Have you ever explained how to do something to a coworker or a family member? Have you ever had a problem that you've worked through and solved, and then you end up in conversation with somebody and they're kind of dealing with the same thing, and you're like, oh, I figured this out. Let me tell you what I did. Is there anything in your life, in any category, and that can be work, that can be hobbies, that can be parenting, that can be managing your finances, that can be navigating through whatever kind of challenge you want to put in there, that you know more about now than you did 5 years ago? If you answered yes to any of those questions, that means you have expertise that's worth sharing. The shift I want to encourage you to make is to stop thinking that expert means that you know everything there is to know about a topic. In this context, and on the context that people are looking for on YouTube, expert means you're just a few steps ahead of where your potential viewer is. And you have the capacity to help them with what they're looking to achieve. So you know that millions and millions of people are on YouTube every single day. So it's pretty likely that right now, someone could be typing in a search about how do I start a vegetable garden in insert where they live. What do I need to know before I retire, both financially and with what I'm going to do with my time? How do I use, insert the name of this software for the very first time? How do I set up a better budget strategy for my household? What's the best way to organize my kitchen? How do I help my grandkids from overstepping boundaries? What mistakes should I avoid when starting insert whatever? And they're just samples of questions, but I give them as examples of the breadth of stuff that people are looking to find information for online. Certainly, there's some category of some technical thing, hobby thing, household thing, parenting thing, whatever that you have some experience in that you're able to show somebody who's a few steps behind you on the road of figuring that out, that you have the capacity to be able to share something that's really going to be of value to them. These sample searches represent people who are stuck with something, who are frustrated with something, and they're looking for somebody who's been there and done that, and that could very well be you for the situation that they're searching for right now. So now you might be thinking, well, why do I have to care about YouTube with this? I can just help people with conversations. Well, I kind of think there's three answers that I can give to that. So the first one is scale. You can meet somebody for coffee and talk them through something, or you can create a video on that same type of topic. And instead of helping one person, you could potentially help 1,000 people with that. Same effort, but exponentially greater impact. Number two can be the potential to generate income. Sure, we want to be generous in how we help people in person, but there's always the option that when we're producing that we can put on a platform like YouTube, people can watch it for free, but they might be in a position where they want to find out more. And your video has helped to give them that know, like, and trust factor that they feel like, yeah, that person knows what they're talking about, and they very well may be interested in paying you to learn additional things. And number three simply is influence. YouTube gives you a platform, a broader voice. It gives you a way to make a difference beyond what your immediate circle might be. I think that really matters, and especially at the stage of life that you might be in. Over the age of 40, over the age of 50, going into retirement, maybe being deeply into retirement. At this stage of life, you have a lot of wisdom to share, and this gives you a wider opportunity to be able to do that. Okay, there's some reasons why, but let's get into some of the nitty-gritty of how you can actually earn income by doing this. There's a lot of ways to do this, but I'm going to focus on three today that are pretty simple to get started with and are things that I think you can, without very much time and with not very many subscribers, you can start to get some traction with. Here's the first income stream: affiliate marketing. I think this is the simplest place to actually start because you're not creating any products. You're not handling any logistics with these. You're just recommending products that you're already using. So here's basically how affiliate marketing works. Think about the last time you told a friend, oh, you have to try this. I love this thing. Maybe that's a book, a kitchen gadget, a gardening tool, a software program. I mean, whatever, you recommended it because it generally helped you, and you can see that it has a good potential of being able to help them too. Affiliate marketing follows that same concept, except you have the potential to get compensated when you recommend a product. You share a special link from the company that's associated with what you're recommending. Someone clicks it and buys that product. And as a thank you, because you essentially brought that customer to them, the company gives you an affiliate commission from that sale. You earn a commission, the person gets a product that really helps them to solve a problem, everybody wins. So let's talk through a scenario of you creating a video about, let's say, your abilities to be able to organize your closet well. And maybe I should hire you because I'm actually terrible at that. But when you're doing that, you're naturally going to be recommending products that help you to accomplish that. Maybe you're going to mention the storage bins you use. Maybe you're going to mention the different types of hangers that help you to be able to consolidate your clothes together in the smallest amount of space used. Maybe you're going to talk about a labeling system that you bought to really be able to just see clearly what you have, but it's a nice little labeler that makes it really easy and kind of fun to do. All those things are potentially affiliate products. You're not creating any extra work. You're not bringing in 1,000 things you wouldn't normally use. You're just getting compensated for recommendations that you're probably going to make anyway to make that project accessible and doable for somebody. Now, while nearly every company has an affiliate program, and just as a quick aside tip, you can either Google and insert the company name that you might be thinking about, an affiliate program, or go to that company's website, scroll all the way down to the bottom, and oftentimes you're going to find some sort of join our affiliate program that's going to show you how you can make affiliate sales for a specific company. However, for the sake of today's discussion, let's keep it simple, let's keep it the most approachable, and let's talk about becoming an affiliate with Amazon. Why? Because Amazon sells nearly every product in the world. The setup for this is very simple. Go to Amazon Associates, it's free to join, and get approved. They just need to know you'll be creating content. Find products you use and love, generate your unique affiliate links. You'll see up at the top a special place where you can grab the link for that product once you're in the associates program, and then add them to your video descriptions. So once you make your video and you publish it on YouTube, you're going to have the option underneath to write out a description, and then you're going to put links to things that you use. You'll see in most of my videos, I've started adding a 10 of my favorite things list. They don't always go along with what exactly I'm talking about, but as I get to know my viewers, they want to know a little bit about me. And honestly, I feel like these things are great things that could be benefits to their life. So I'm adding that in there. It's really very simple to do. And once you have those links in there, you're set up to earn with every video that you post. So let's talk about a real example again. Say you want to make a video about 5 things I wish I knew before I retired. In that video, you might talk about 1 or 2 books that were especially helpful for you. You might want to talk about a planner or a journal that you relied on. You might even want to talk about if you get into retirement travel, you might want to talk about some travel items that you bought. Every one of those things can easily be an Amazon affiliate link. Someone watches your video, they found it to be helpful, they were intrigued by the book that you mentioned. They go down to the video description and they click the link. They buy it, they benefit, and you get a commission for sharing the information. That's really all that affiliate marketing is. Make sense? All right, here is income stream number 2 that I want to share with you about, and that is creating digital products. Now, don't get concerned when I say the term digital, because this doesn't require a lot of technical knowledge at all. A digital product is honestly just a way that you can take your knowledge and package it in a simple, sellable format. The very simplest way that you could do this is to open up a Word document on your computer, type out your knowledge about some specific thing, and save it as a PDF. Now, chances are you can figure out how to do that pretty easily. That would be the very simplest one to do. If we expand that a little bit, we could talk about making a longer document and turning it into a short ebook that might have a few chapters in it. Or you could create a checklist of how to go through a specific task, or like a template. A checklist and a template, maybe sometimes the same sort of thing, would be something that somebody can go through a step-by-step option of what they want to do, and it guides them very easily how to go through the task. These are all things that you create once, but you have the opportunity to sell repeatedly. That's what I love the most about digital products, is that you can get all your thoughts down in a cohesive and comprehensive manner, but then you can sell it again and again. You might spend a weekend creating a helpful guide on whatever topic that you have that specific knowledge about. So you find a way to be able to post it. We'll get into that. And it's working for you. Someone is watching your YouTube at 2 a.m. when they can't sleep, and they're like, oh, that's what I'm looking for. They want a little bit more depth than what they get in the video for you, so they check your links, and they find out that you have a guide that's really going to help them, and they go ahead and buy it. You're asleep, but your digital product is making you money while you're sleeping. So let's, again, get into some specific examples as to what this might look like. What can you create a product on based on your career knowledge? If you have spent years or decades in a profession, you obviously have some things you can share. And even by observation, you know that what you have to share is what new people coming into that probably need to learn. A nurse could create the first year nurse survival guide. A teacher could create classroom management strategies for X grade or X level that actually work. An accountant could create small business tax mistakes that you need to avoid and sell that out to a pretty wide audience. Think about what you could create based on life transitions that you've gone through. You've navigated things that other people are scared of thinking about or confused by. And those things might be retiring, downsizing your home, going through career changes, going into becoming an empty nester and being happy about it. Each of those things could have many guides that you could sit down and write about. And aside from you having the opportunity to earn, you're giving people some really valuable information about things that they're finding to be pretty scary to think about. Plenty of e-guides could be written about hobbies that you have. It doesn't have to be some big lofty thing. It could be something that somebody's trying to learn about because they want to enjoy the same type of hobby that you are. You could do ebooks and guides and templates even of how to go through a checklist for gardening, for painting, for woodworking, for cooking, for organizing your home. Whatever it is that lights your fire as a hobby, you've got knowledge that other people are willing to pay for. Create the beginner's guide to insert your hobby. 10 projects you can finish this weekend. The digital products that I think work the best are the ones that directly solve a problem that someone is facing in whatever spectrum of topic you want to talk about. What problem did you solve that you know others are probably still struggling with? How to budget on a fixed income, how to travel to this place on a budget, how to stay fit after 50, how you are managing a specific chronic health problem. Each of these is a guide that you can sit down and create. You don't have to be the expert and the one who knows everything about how to do something. You have to be the person who has gone through something and gives you the experience and the expertise that can help somebody who's a few steps behind you. I mentioned before, digital products are simple to create. Let's look at a brief how-to. Step 1, think about a specific problem you can solve. Not 10 problems, 1. Now, step 2, sit down and outline what you think are the key points that people would benefit the most from and what you have to share. What are 5 to 10 things that people really need to know? And then just list them out as bullet points. Now, step 3, write out the answers to those things conversationally. Don't make it big and formal. Write about it like you're explaining it to a friend. Step 4, just format it or page it out in a Google Doc if you use that, or a Microsoft Word document. It doesn't have to be any sort of fancy program. If you want to add some images to it to either help explain or to make it maybe a little bit prettier as people are reading that, you can do that, but you don't have to. Then just save it as a PDF. Done. That's the extent of what you need to create your first digital product. Now, once you have that created, then you have to have a way to actually sell it to people and to create that link that you're going to put underneath your video. There's a lot of ways you can do this. And if you look underneath this video, you're going to see that I have 2 options for the digital product that I'm selling now. I have a shelf that sort of sits underneath my video, and that's more complicated than I want to get into in a beginner. But the absolute easiest way, I think, to get started is with something called a stand store. Just think of that as your digital storefront. You set up one page, you add that digital product that you created, you set your price, and then when someone buys it from you, the stand store will actually deliver it straight to them through their email. You don't have to manually send anything. Once you set it up, your part's done. Now, Stand Store does have some subscription levels for how you want to use it. You can either start it out the very most basic level, or depending on the sort of things that you think you might want to add and get into as you're going, you can up the subscription level from there. I do have an affiliate link that's no extra cost to you, but it's a link in my description if you want to get started on Stan, or you can actually just try this QR code here if you're watching on your TV. All right, let's get into it. Income stream number 3, and that is one-on-one coaching. I think this is the highest value income stream because you're offering personalized help for somebody. You're not just throwing out the generic stuff that is helpful and is rewarding and is of benefit for the person who's looking at it, but someone needs to put it into their personal situation, and the easiest way for them to do that is to pursue you to have a conversation. Coaching in this situation doesn't mean that you need to be certified in anything. It doesn't mean you have to be a certified life coach. It just means that someone has a problem, they found you as a credible person to pursue, and you have a time for a conversation with them to help them solve that problem one-on-one. That's it. Maybe you call it consulting, maybe you call it mentoring, maybe you call it a strategy session. The label you use doesn't matter. What matters is you're offering your expertise and knowledge to someone that can help them in a very personalized way. Now, who would pay for your help? The same sort of people that are intrigued to watch your video, the same sort of people that are intrigued to buy a digital product from you. They're getting to know you more as they're watching, as they're potentially purchasing your products, and they're seeing you're a good fit for them. Someone going through any of those things right now may very well be willing to pay you for an hour of your time to hear about your experience, to ask their questions, and to get your insight to help them through a sticking point. So, here are some easy steps to start thinking about how you might want to offer some one on one coaching. Step one, decide what help you have to offer, and it's always best to be specific. And number two, create a simple offer. It might be good to start with something like a 1 hour consultation or a strategy session. Keep it focused and keep it in that time frame. Then number three, figure out how you want to set up your booking. You can add a book a call link to your Stan store like we talked about. You can use Stan's built-in booking option, or you can use an app called Calendly, which offers free booking options. Now, when someone books a session with you, you get a notification, and then you open up Zoom on your computer and you connect with them, and that's how you actually pull it off. Now, step four, you do have to think about how you want to price this appropriately. An hour of your expertise is valuable to someone. So I'd suggest you start at somewhere between $75 and $150 an hour, depending on the level of expertise and maybe how intense the problem is that you're going to be talking about. And then just see how it goes and adjust it from there. Now, aside from the income from offering this sort of thing, let me just encourage you. The beautiful thing about coaching is you get immediate feedback on something. You have real conversations. You see those aha moments with people and they're like, oh, okay, now it makes sense to me. And you really get a tangible sense that you can make a difference for somebody who's struggling with something. Now, let's bring it all together and bring these three income streams together. Let's walk through what the cycle might look like. So step one, you make a YouTube video on something. Someone searches for that type of content and they come across your video. They watch it and you talk about how to solve what they're looking for, and you're like, this will really help you. You present the product, they find the affiliate link in your description, they click it, they buy it, they benefit from it, and you earn a commission. But they also really connect with you. They really connect with your approach. They come to think you know what you're talking about. And they want to go deeper, so they look more into your video description and they find out that you have a Stan store. They click through that, they find that you've got a $25 guide on the topic that they're wondering about. They buy that guide, and you've earned from affiliate marketing, and you've earned from an affiliate commission from the product they bought, and you earn from the fact that they purchased your guide. So then they read your guide and they're enthralled and they think, this person has exactly what I'm looking for. But I need to figure out some answers about my specific situation. I wonder if they would have some time that they could talk to me about it. And they go back to your description and they find, oh my gosh, you offer one-on-one coaching? That's amazing. They book a session that you've priced maybe at $100 or $150 for an hour. They get their questions asked and they get the information that's personalized to their situation. They're happy, and you've now earned in three potential ways. All because you started sharing what you know. Don't get overwhelmed. You don't have to do all three of these at one time. I encourage you to start when you're making your videos. Just start with affiliate marketing. Find those Amazon associate links and put them under your description. And talk about what you're using and encourage, say, hey, I have the link if you want to buy this down in my description. Then, once you get started with that, ease into the next two. Take your time, figure out what you're doing, but don't shy back from things that you have to offer and that people might very well be willing to pay for because you're helping them get past a problem point. I want to come back to something we started talking about in the beginning, and that's that even having a YouTube channel in general may not have ever been on your radar. But I hope you can see now that you have the opportunity not just for income, but for impact. That what you have to share is of value to other people. They may be willing to pay for it, or they might just enjoy the opportunity to hear from you and learn and put your expertise into practice in their own life. There's absolute value in that no matter what. YouTube is just the tool to make it happen. Your experience, life experience, work experience, family experience, fill in the blank on any of those. Your experience is the asset. So I hope you're thinking, okay, I see a little bit of possibility here, but I don't know exactly what to do to get started. And are those 3 ways really the only ways that I can earn from YouTube? Well, I'm going to put my own experience into practice here, and I'm going to put my money where my mouth is, as we used to say. And I'm going to encourage you to take a look at the digital product, the ebook guide that I've put together. You're going to find it linked underneath here. It walks you through everything you need to get started, what equipment you'll need, and spoiler, it's much less than you think. It's going to help you figure out how to create content, and it's going to help you to think through how to set up these income streams and a bunch of other ones that we haven't had a chance to talk about here. It's linked in the description below. I have it as its own little video shelf, and I also have it obviously in my stand store. I've put a QR code here too. If you happen to be watching on TV, you can just put your phone at that and grab it that way too. Now, I have not yet started one-on-one coaching. I've had some requests. I've been at a stage in my life where I haven't really known that I've been able to schedule too well for it. But if it's something that you're interested in and you think that I could help you do that, leave me a comment. And if I get enough traffic for it here right now, I might give it a shot. But no matter what, I think the digital product will help you, especially in these starting stages. And I'm still thinking about coaching. So let me know what you think about that. But here's my challenge to you. There's not going to be a perfect moment to figure all this out. You're sitting on expertise. You're sitting on experience. You're sitting on an opportunity to just open up your phone and start talking and create YouTube videos that could truly be a benefit to other people. What you know right now is enough. Who you are right now is enough. Start making some videos and then pick one income stream. Start with that affiliate marketing. Set it up, share what you know, and just honestly see what happens. I really hope that you'll just give it a try. It might turn into something you never dreamed that it could. Hey, I really appreciate you watching this video. Whether you try it or not, I hope this has given you something to think about. And it maybe down the road, you're just going to say, okay, today's the day. I have a full list on how to succeed on YouTube when you're over 40. I have that playlist linked below too. And I think that this would be a wonderful video for you to check out next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.